Hey guys, so I'm back so soon. I know, yes. I'm trying to be on my YouTube Zoom, I'm trying to see how many videos I gotta post a week so I could quit my job. So I'm back, yes. And this time I'm talking about myself again. I'm talking about my apartment though, because if you guys follow me on TikTok, then you would know that I actually live in a pretty haunted apartment, in a pretty haunted building, okay? So in this video, I'm gonna go over the list of things that happened while I was living in this apartment that would lead me to believe that, yeah, this bitch is haunted. So first of all, upon moving in, I checked out the space and I love my apartment. Like, this is my first apartment. I got this apartment when I was 22 years old. So moving out is I'm gonna be lit. I'm gonna do everything that I wasn't supposed to do when I was living at my father's house, because I am now officially a grown ass woman. But I was always like a bit of a scaredy cat. Like, I don't like the dark. Like, I don't like other people's darkness either. Like, if I'm at somebody else's house and it suddenly gets dark, I'm a freak the fuck out, as opposed to like when it's dark in my house. However, there's something very unsettling about being in the dark in this apartment. And this doesn't happen all over the place, because in my bathroom, I personally love to shut off the lights in my bathroom. There's no windows in my bathroom. I love to shut it off and just stay in there in the dark, because I find that darkness actually helps me process my thoughts and actually helps me feel better, because like you manifest in the dark. So anyway, but any other rooms in my apartment in my apartment, I do not feel comfortable being in the dark in. So when I first moved into this apartment, one thing that I noticed was, like, for a New York City apartment, it gets really freaking dark in here. Like, yes, for a New York City apartment, because New York City, like, we have street lights everywhere. We have lights everywhere. I don't live in like a super tall building. Like, I have pretty big windows. My windows are pretty big. So it's like natural lights, or like the street lights from outside, should be able to shine into my apartment. However, that really doesn't happen here. So the first month that I want to say I moved into this apartment, I didn't really notice that there was something off about the apartment, but what I noticed was I started having a lot more vivid dreams. So a lot of the dreams that I was having, like, I was leaving my body, I was watching my body sleep on the bed, and I was just wandering around. When I first moved into this apartment, like, I am very sure that there is a portal in my bedroom. Like, I am entirely sure that, like, something about this space, and it's actually right where my bed is, right from this space out into the living room, if the wall wasn't there, like, it's a fucking portal. Because when I tell you, I'm pretty sure spirits just be coming in and out, and I feel that shit. So on that bed, and the reason why I also say it's a portal is because the amount of times I astral project or I travel somewhere else against my will is crazy. So one of the first dreams that I had in this apartment that I remember being like, wow, that's kind of creepy, was I winded up in this like elite Hollywood-esque party. And I spoke about this in the podcast that I was at with Blizzy. Basically, I fell asleep and I remember I woke up in this bathroom. So basically, like, I don't know, think of like a wizard, or think of like Wizards of Waverly Place when they like wave the wands around them and they disappear and they wind it up in the next place. Think of it like that. It's basically like I just blooped out of my bedroom and then I blooped inside of like this restroom or bathroom stall. So I'm inside of it and I'm like, oh shit, like I just teleported, I just transported somewhere. So I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get out of the stall, but I can't make it obvious because I'm pretty sure people didn't see me walk into this bathroom. So it might be odd if they just see me walk out of the bathroom. So I'm really in there. And mind you, this is all lucid. Like, I'm feeling all of this, yeah? So I'm like in there like, oh my God. Like, I'm seeing people's shoes walking like back and forth like underneath the bathroom stall. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get out. I'm gonna just get out because I gotta see what's happening. So I opened the door, and mind you, it's a beautiful bathroom. They had checkered floors and big mirrors. They had a chandelier in the bathroom. Like, I want y'all to think like not a regular restroom, yeah? Like, this is like some elite type shit. So basically, I get out the restroom and they had a bathroom attendant, and the bathroom attendant was sitting behind the sink. And then he got up. When I got up, I said, okay, I'm just gonna act like, I belong here. So typically when you walk out of a bathroom, what do? You go to the sink to wash your hands. So when I walked out the stall, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and wash my hands, not make eye contact with anybody, and just try to blend in so I can exit the bathroom to see where the fuck I am. Even though I had an idea where I was. Like, every part of me told me I was inside of the Met Gala or some shit. Like, when I tell you it was like an elite celebrity Hollywood party, that is exactly where I was. So I'm like, oh my fucking God, like, I gotta get out and see what's going on. So then I start washing my hands, and I'm like, just try to act like you belong. And as I'm doing that, I feel this presence of a guy literally walk up behind me, and I can hear his footsteps, like, literally approach me. And then he comes and he stands right next to me, and he looks at me. And as I'm washing my hands, I'm trying not to make eye contact with him, but he's looking at me. And something just tell me, stop what you're doing and just look at him back. So I stop what I'm doing and I look at him back. And I remember the second I looked at him, he had like reptilian eyes. Like, yes, he's a human, but he had reptilian eyes. So I'm staring into his eyes and I feel myself shrinking. I feel myself getting weaker and weaker and smaller. Like, literally just picture this. Like, if I'm like this, I just feel myself shrinking. And as I'm staring at him and I'm feeling myself shrinking, it's like I want to look away, but I don't want to, because I feel like he's intimidating me. But he knew what he was doing. Like, he was zapping me back to where the fuck I came from, because he knew I did not belong there. But I'm like, no, I can hold through it. And as he's like shrinking me, I'm like, no, I'm trying to hold the eye contact so I could stay. And all of a sudden I got pulled through what feels like a tube, and then that was that dream. That was one of the first dreams I had living in this apartment. And that would start off like a snowball effect of like other weird dreams that I would have of me literally going other places. Now, when I was a kid, I had vivid dreams before, but to feel like I've actually visited a real place, not really. But in all my dreams, like, it's always been places that I've created in my head. It's never been like a real place that I'm visiting, like, type shit. So the next dream that I would have was when I visited this spot that was that had all these like, okay. So basically I woke up, and this time I just woke up there. It was like gray everywhere. Like, there was no sun, there was no moon. The lighting was just gray. It was just fucking gray. So I'm walking around and I'm just like, yo, where am I? And it seems like, I don't know, it seems like there's not really much going on. There's no buildings, there's really nothing. So then I'm looking all around me and I'm in this big, huge gray space. So I look behind me and I see this huge stainless steel gray door. So I'm like, oh shit, holy shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go through that door, because literally right in front of me there was nothing else going on. So I said, oh, there's a door, let me go see if I can get inside of that door. So I walk to the gray door and I attempt to open it, and it actually does open. This is one of the creepiest dreams I've had, actually. So I open the gray door and I realize that it's open. So I'm like, okay. So I walk in, and I remember automatically upon walking in, like, I had to like do this little curve thing. This is the creepiest part about this dream, right? Is that I remember all of this leading up to this part. So I walk in, and then I remember going, oh my God. Like, I have goosebumps telling this story, you guys. Like, I remember just like the feeling that I felt, and oh my God, like, people are never gonna believe this. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, I can't wait to wake up and I'm gonna tell everybody what I saw. I was like, oh my God, like, again, goosebumps telling this shit, because I'm literally baffled. I'm like, yo, people don't believe this. I can't wait to go back to Earth and tell everybody. As I'm thinking this, the same thing. I hear footsteps behind me. I hear footsteps approaching. And as I go to turn around, like, picture this. I go to turn around and I feel stuck. It's like I can't turn around. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I feel like my arms are restrained like this, and I can't move. Like, I'm literally like trying to fight it, but I feel like I am stuck in what feels like an energy field, and I'm just trying to turn around to see who the fuck is behind me. So then as I'm struggling to see who's behind me, this lady turns me around. It's like she just flips me around, and mind you, I'm still unable to move, so only my eyes are moving like this. She flips me around, and I'm standing there, and she's staring at me. This is what I remember of this lady. I remember this lady having white skin. I remember this lady having voluminous, long blonde hair, and it was also curly. And I remember that this lady had no facial features. I don't know what the fuck her eyes looked like. I don't know if she had a nose, and I certainly do not know if she had a mouth. Like, this hole right here was blank. It was completely blank. There was no features here, but she had white hair. It was curly, not like curly curls, but like wand curls, and she had voluminous hair. And I remember she had this like ethereal presence to her, and she was tall. She was, and funny enough, even though I couldn't tell her face, I was oddly attracted to her. Oddly. So she restrains me, and she gets about this close to my face. Oh, my eyebrows, I need to get them done. She gets about this close to my face, and she's like, she said, "You've seen too much." What the fuck did she say? Oh, yes. She looked at me, she went this close to me, she said, "You've seen too much. I gotta wipe your memory now." So you restrain me, I can't move. And then you come to my face and you say, "You've seen too much. I have to wipe your memory." And then the lady goes like this. She does like a swipe feature in front of my face, to which I woke up. I woke up. Until this day, I have no idea what I saw. Till this, and it's so to me, because how the fuck I walked? I remember where the dream started. I remember me turning around and going to open the gray door. I remember me walking in and being baffled. I remember me thinking and saying, "I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. I'm gonna go tell everybody." And the second I had that thought, I heard the lady walk up behind me, felt restrained. She turned me around, got real close to my face, told me I saw too much and that she's gonna have to wipe my memory. Woke up. I made a TikTok about that one too. What did I see? What did I see in that dream? Till this day, I think it was aliens. But like, we know aliens are real. Did you have to wipe my memory? Like, I don't know where I fucking went, but I know I got my memory wiped. The first place I went to was that fucking Halloween party, and I got kicked out. The second place I went to, somebody fucking took my memory. Make it make sense. So then, of course, it doesn't stop there, because like I said, it's weird dreams. And mind you, this is me when I first moved in. I didn't even get into like my hauntings in this apartment yet. These are just the little dreams that I used to have. Okay, now, fast forward past that dream. The next dream I had was when I winded up in this place that looked like an outdoor church. That is the best way I could put it. They had like the benches, that, you know, the church benches and stuff. But then I remember there were like these humongous trees. Like, you know, the conspiracy theories where they talk about mountains are basically used to be trees. I don't know if you've seen any of those, but like mountains are trees. But anyway, so those trees are like huge, like humongous trees. And I remember I'm walking through this yard, and as I'm walking through, I look next to me and I'm seeing legs next to me. So like when I look directly next to me, I'm seeing legs, and I'm like, in real life, I'm 5 feet. I'm actually real short. I know I'm short, but like, I'm looking at legs right now. Like, how tall are these beings? And I kid you not, I literally followed the legs all the way up. And I'm realizing, wow, you motherfuckers are huge. Where am I? Like, legit. Like, I was around some giants. And Giants are not fat. They're not even fat. They look like skinny, tall models, like, but not tall like 7 feet. No, they were as tall as buildings. Like, I want y'all to think about Manhattan and think about those buildings. They were taller. Like those, and then the trees that they had around them were taller than them. The buildings that they had around them were bigger than them. And so I'm literally walking around and I feel like literally like an ant in comparison to all the sizes that was around me. And one thing that I noticed was that, yes, they were all tall, like really freaking tall, but some of them were still shorter than others, but they were still all taller than me. And I remember as I'm walking through, I didn't feel fear at all. Like in some dreams, like automatically I get met with fears, but then in other dreams, like there's just this vibe that I'm calm and I'm safe. So I'm walking through and I'm like, oh my freaking God. Like I remember just being really cautious not to run into somebody's feet so I don't trip or they don't trip on me or something. And I remember as I'm thinking that, somebody literally looked down on me like this. This is the best way I can show it to y'all. Somebody, so yes, you're walking and all you're seeing is this, not even this. Like you're seeing this only. Right? And you're about this tall. So you're like up to like these people's shins. So then all of a sudden you stop and all you see is this. It's nice to meet you. I wish I was joking. This lady literally bent down like this. And she was so tall. She literally said, nice to meet you. Don't be scared. And then catapulted herself back up. I was like, oh my God. I shook hands with a giant. And she was a lady too. I shook hands with a giant lady. And I said, oh, okay. Wow. And they seem to be having some sort of like celebration or some sort of like a party. And she literally told me, make yourself at home. She was like, yeah, cool. Just enjoy. And they were very welcoming. Like I didn't feel unsafe at all. They didn't kick me out. They did not kick me out. They literally let me rock. They were like, yeah, girl, come party, come chill. Like they let me rock. As opposed to the previous dreams, I got kicked out. But this one, they let me rock. Okay. So that was another one. When I stumbled into my apartment in the next dimension, again, all dreams I had staying here. So this time I fell asleep and I remember it was like broad daylight when I fell asleep. It was like 2 p.m. Falls asleep and then I had a dream that I'm in my living room. But my living room looks very different from how I had my living room at the time. So I'm sitting there like, whoa. And I remember I'm looking around at all the decoration in that living room and I'm like, I should take inspiration from this. Because sis had like this Indian vibe to it. Like the curtains, I had curtains all over the apartment and they had this Indian home-ish, like dark though vibe to it, like a little dark vibe to it. But like think about like Indian pattern curtains. Like I had that all over my apartment, even covering my walls. And my kitchen looked slightly different. And I saw how she did her living room. I was like, well, I should take some inspiration. And I remember as I'm standing in that apartment and I'm looking around like, wow, like, okay, it's starting to dawn on me that I don't think I'm in my apartment. I think this is like my apartment, but in another dimension. Because I also believe that dimensions exist. Like we go in and out of different dimensions all the time. So I'm thinking like, maybe this is me, but in a different dimension. So as I'm thinking that, why the fuck I start hearing footsteps coming upstairs? Now I live in a walk-up apartment. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm hearing the footsteps, but guess what? I'm also hearing a voice and it's my voice. I'm hearing myself coming home in that dimension and I'm on the phone with somebody. Like I'm hearing myself literally walk up the steps to come into her apartment. And I'm standing in the middle of the apartment. And my apartment is very minimalistic. So I literally had nowhere to go and hide. It was either, okay, if I come in here and go in the bedroom, I have nowhere to hide in the bedroom. She's gonna come, me in the other dimension is gonna come into my bedroom and see me standing, she's gonna fucking die of a heart attack. If she see me standing right in the middle of her living room, she's gonna fucking die of a heart attack. So all I'm hearing is myself coming home and I'm like, oh my God, where do I go? There's nowhere for me to hide. And I start freaking out. And then I hear her take out her keys and I'm hearing the keys jingle and I'm hearing her putting it through the door to open the door. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, where do I go? And as she opens the door, poof, I wake up. What the fuck was that? I don't got time for it. Anyway, yeah, so poof, I wake up. This is also the little shit I be talking about. Like, this shit is fucking haunted, bro. Like, so, okay. Now, enough of my haunted dreams, okay? Now, let's get into why this apartment is haunted. Now, I spoke about this briefly on TikTok before where I said, now, listen. Anytime I had anything in this apartment, it would disappear. Now, I'm going to have to make 2 separate videos about this, you guys, because honestly, I don't feel like sitting here to record for a whole hour. But I'm going to make this as long as possible until I actually get tired. But there's so many events that happen in this apartment that I'm like, I don't think I can possibly sit there and put it all in one part. So, and the longer I make these videos, the harder it is to upload and to edit. Anyway, so this apartment is haunted. Yes. Boom. First thing I started to notice is like little things that I placed around the apartment would just disappear all the time. Like if I put my headphones on my bed, I would wake up and my headphones would be missing, and they would be missing for like a week. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck. I would turn my entire apartment upside down. Like I said, I live in a minimalistic apartment. There's not many places you can put your stuff. There's not many places you can misplace your stuff. I don't have under compartments. So it's like, it's either on top of where it is or on the floor or on my bed, like, or on top of the counters. Where, like, I would turn my apartment upside down every time to find a pair of headphones, and I would turn it upside down and I would not find my headphones anywhere. It started getting to the point where I accused my friends of stealing from me because like my shit would just fucking disappear all the time. And like, again, I'm not a very patient person, so I would turn my stuff upside down looking for them, and it got to the point where I said, you know what, fuck it, I would order new pairs of headphones. If I could literally show you guys all the different, like, hold on. This is what I can find. Do you know how many headphones I have lost in this apartment, like AirPods? And do you know how many times I've had to actually replace my AirPods? 3 times. It's actually been more. It's been many more. Like, I think I've actually, like, I have another pair somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I have 3 pairs of AirPods. And let me tell y'all how I winded up having all of these. So, the first pair of AirPods that I had was, I believe it was this one. So, I had these ones. And again, would always leave this on my bed. This never left, like, it was always on my bed. And I'm not even sure, I don't even think it's this exact one. It was someone, I don't even think I think it was the one before this one, actually. Used to leave this on my bed. Now I'm not, like, I know where I keep my stuff, y'all. I know where I keep my stuff. Again, my apartment is minimalistic. They would try to make me lose my fucking mind. Would leave this on my bed, wake up the next day, 2 weeks would go by, can't find headphones nowhere. Literally can't, looking high and low, cannot find headphones. I order a new pair of headphones, which would be, at that time, these pair of headphones. I order a new pair of headphones, and I even order myself a nice little case. And then guess what? After I ordered these pairs of headphones, these ones pop up. But where did these pop up? On my kitchen counter. So apparently this was always on my kitchen counter the entire time. But I've cleaned my kitchen. I've done, like, are you kidding? I've cooked in my kitchen. I've looked everywhere for this before. Could not find it. To the point where I ordered a new one, and now this one pops up. Are you kidding me? Okay, cool. No problem. So that I would alternate. I would sometimes use this one, and then I would sometimes use this one. And then one day, I found the case. but the headphones were missing. So I'm like I don't like, I don't know what else to do. Like, what is going on at this point? So then I'm like, all right, it's all good, because I still have the headphones from here. So I woke up so I got these ones. I got the headphones out of these ones, and I was just using these headphones. Why this case disappeared on me? So now I had headphones in my ears, but the case, nowhere to be found. So I said, it's fine, because I remembered I had this one and I couldn't find the headphones for it. So I just went back, I found this one, and I was just using this as the case for my AirPods. And then I lost both of them. So, and again, guys, I swear to God, I keep it in the same place. I keep my keys in the same place, and I keep my headphones in the same place, and I keep my purses in the same place. So I finally get the case, put the headphones in the case, put the case to charge, go to sleep, wake up the next day, case is gone. And now I have to troop it all the way to work with no headphones. I would literally be late for work because of this whole headphone situation. So I said, you know what? Because I really cannot survive work with no headphones, I bought another pair. And it wasn't even this pair. It was actually 2 pairs before this one. So actually, no, living in this apartment, I bought me a good 5 AirPods. 5 AirPods. And yes, I have 2 that's still missing. I've spent so much money on AirPods, and it's like, it just seems like every time I would buy a new one, the old one would just come up. And it just feels like, why are you fucking with me? You know what I mean? And I think when I started to realize like there was somebody in my apartment, or somebody was fucking with me in my apartment, was literally when one day I had a dream that I found my AirPods. And I was like, because at this point, y'all, I didn't have money. Because the last time I lost a pair of AirPods, I didn't have money to like replace it and buy a new one. But I needed AirPods. So I said, God, please, like, help me find these AirPods. There's no way, I haven't even gone outside. So I know there's no way that these AirPods are outside. I had a dream that the AirPods were in my kitchen counter. And guess what? The next morning I woke up, and I got to show y'all how it was set up, because it's honestly cynical. I had a bunch of like boxes for Christmas on my kitchen counter, like like boxes of ornaments on my kitchen counter. I walked out and I found the AirPods on top of the ornaments, like literally on top of the boxes. Exactly where my dream said it was. Mind you, how the fuck would the AirPods be on top of those boxes when I literally bought those boxes? And like, come on, son. So yeah, I noticed that there might be something in my apartment that's just trying to drive me crazy. When it came to spoons, knives, forks, all those things, like, I live by myself. So why is it that I'm running out of spoons so quick? And no, I barely cook. I'm not using my own spoons. I used to order out all the time, because when I moved in with a bag. So I used to order out. So where are my spoons going? Where are my silverware going? I literally started to think maybe I live with a fairy, because fairies, like, they are notorious for like stealing stuff, for being thieves. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I live with a fairy or something, because this is insane. Oh, the hauntings in the apartment. Now, when I'm walking around, like when it gets dark in my apartment, this is when all the creepiness officially just skyrockets, right? So in my room, again, I love leaving my door closed, and I had, like, when I first moved in, I only had one cat, which was Coco. The reason why I got a whole nother cat, y'all want to know why? It's because there used to be so much going on in my living room that I used to be scared about sleeping here by myself, that I needed Coco to lay in my room with me. But then Coco would be in my room with me, and those noises and those things would still be going on out there. So I said, you know what? If I get a second cat, then it's just the cat. It's nothing else. It's literally just the cat. So I literally just got a second cat, because upon, like, Coco would be in my room, and I'm hearing footsteps outside in my living room. I'm hearing technology playing in my living room. My TV would turn on and off by itself in my living room. Yeah, I would hear cups falling off of the counter in my living room. I would hear people in the hallway. And at that point, before my neighbor moved in, it was only me in that apartment. I would hear full-blown conversations happening outside of my door. I would hear people knocking on my door at 3 in the morning. Do you know how petrified I was? Do y'all know how horrified I actually was sleeping in this apartment by myself? Literally, it forced me to get another cat. So whenever I hear the noises going on, I just say it's the cats. It's the cats. It's the cats. Because otherwise, it's a little bit too creepy for me. Yeah. So things like that would just constantly happen in my apartment. Not to mention, there was a time that Coco was laying on my bed, and we were watching TV again, like around 3 in the morning, and I could not sleep. Another thing, the portal keeps me up sometimes. Like when I moved into this apartment, I feel like this is also like the most restless I've been. And I don't need to be stressed to be restless, because I could literally just walk into my apartment and just feel a rush of energy, and I cannot sleep. So I have to stay up for it. So like 3 in the morning, I'm sitting there, I'm watching some TV, and Coco's laying on my lap. When suddenly Coco's laying on my lap, and I don't even know, how do I describe this? Coco's body lunged off of me. Like, it seems like something just yeeted her off of me. It's not like Coco got up from her sleep or nothing. No, Coco got pushed off of my body to the point where Coco winded off. She was laying on my lap to now this girl was pushed onto the bed. She's no longer on my lap, but now she is on the bed. And Coco looked back like, because she knew it wasn't me. I'm standing there, I'm looking at Coco, Coco's looking at me. I'm scared, Coco's scared. I'm like, what the fuck touched Coco just now? Because I felt the wind. Coco was fast asleep. What pushed Coco? Literally, like Coco was pushed from her bottom. Like she was flipped. I literally started cussing. I started cussing because I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, now you're touching my cat. It is 3 in the morning. If I let y'all coexist here, what y'all not gonna do is fuck with my cat. When I first moved in, another thing, Coco used to be chasing things up and down this apartment at all crazy hours of the night. She used to stand at one corner and meow for hours, which would be the corner that I sleep in. Like, she would stand there and just meow for hours, you guys. Like, a lot of the activities, I want to say, did not slow down literally until I got the black cat. Literally until I got midnight. And that's to say some of it slowed down. Not all of it. Some of the activities slowed down. I would have dreams that there's demons climbing inside of bed with me, and I would have to fight those demons. Like, I had a dream one day where I fought this demon because he climbed into bed with me. Oh, and I have a dream that majority of them, oh my God, I'm psychic. Like, I don't even know if I could put this out because, like, I'm actually scared. I had a dream. All I'm going to say is I had a dream that all of the demons were coming from underneath our building. And then, like, a year after that dream, it came out that they're building tunnels underneath my apartment. That they're building a synagogue. They're building a synagogue that connects all over Brooklyn. And they're doing that underneath my building as well. So I don't know what that means, because I've had a lot of dreams that there's literal demons that are coming out from underneath our building to come up to attack me. Yeah. I had to fight demons in my dreams for my life that came from underneath the building. And I'm like, what the fuck is underneath the building? We don't even have a basement. Come to find out, we have more than a basement, actually. They were doing all this underground construction, and they wiped the internet of this, which is why I'm not even sure if I could talk about this, because they literally wiped the internet of it. Like, they were doing like a tunnel and stuff to connect all the synagogues and stuff, and they found some like suspicious things underneath that tunnel. And that's all I'm gonna say. Hey, it's none of my business. I don't want to get accused of being anti-Semitic, because that's not it. That is not it. I love everybody. I think everybody's awesome. I don't want no smoke. Whatever it is that they want to do, because I also live in a Jewish neighborhood. Okay, I'll be honest, I live in a Jewish neighborhood. Whatever that it is that y'all want to do, I'm not stopping y'all. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't want no smoke in this video. Whatever y'all want to do it. I'm just trying to tell my little spooky stories, and I'm trying to get out of this neighborhood. Like, also while I'm trying to do this YouTube thing, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here. Like, I know that this is not the safest neighborhood for me to be in. I know as a black woman, this is not the safest neighborhood for me to live in. Like, point blank period. But I'm gonna just leave that there. But I'm gonna say that a year prior to those articles coming out, I had dreams that I had demons, like literal demons, climbing out from underneath our building to come attack me. Multiple times. One time I was coming home and I felt like I was being followed in a dream again. And every time I turn around, I wouldn't see anything on my walk up, because I have a walk up to get to my apartment. I keep turning around to see if there's anybody behind me, and there's nobody behind me. Until suddenly I'm like, nah, there is somebody behind me. I just have to do it suddenly. And when I suddenly turned, there was a demon. Literally, it looked like, think of a ghost walking through a wall. That's what it looked like. It looked like the demon was like literally under, like through the floor and just staring at me. And then when I went to go get it, it went underneath the ground. So then me being me, I said, oh, hell no. Before I saw the portal close, I jumped in. Yeah, I jumped into the motherfucking portal. And underneath, whoa, I can't believe I've never told that dream before. So demon pops up and he's like, half of his body is like underneath, and I could see like his top half, but he's like in a portal on the floor and he's looking at me. So once I turned around and I scared him, he tried to go through the portal, but the portal didn't close fast enough because I jumped in the portal with him. When I jumped in the portal with him, I went underneath and I saw that I was surrounded by a bunch of demons. I was literally surrounded, like they lived, like a bunch of demons. And I said, oh, wow. And then I woke up. And honestly, after that dream, I never got attacked by another demon. I never got attacked by another demon after that, though. Funny enough. Yeah, because the dream prior to that was a demon in the bed with me, and I fought him. And then the one after that would have been him trying to follow me home, jumped in the portal, saw mad fucking demons. But I don't remember being scared. Like, and I don't remember much of what happened after I jumped in the portal anymore. I just remember being there and seeing a lot of demons, and I don't remember what happened else after that. But I remember just waking up and that never happening again. Yeah, my apartment is haunted, you guys. And I think that I live amongst evil. Just what I think. But also I'm a shadow worker, you know what I mean? Like, I literally have black wings on my wall, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, the dark shit doesn't necessarily scare me either. Like, the dark and mysterious, like, I've gotten to a point where I'm pretty desensitized to a lot of this stuff. So, you know, that's my story. And I didn't even really get too deep in depth into it because I do have to get to work, you guys. What time is it? 2:30. I literally have to get to work in the next 30 minutes. So I want to thank you guys so much for listening to this story. Let me know what more you guys want to hear of. I'm so grateful I made it to 10K. I'm really on my Zoom, so I could quit my job by November at least. I don't want to quit my job until I get like a good brand deal. Like, I want to get a fucking brand deal. And you know what? I have a good idea for a brand that can actually fucking sponsor me. Give me 2 seconds. I'm about to show y'all. Schweppes. Y'all better go ahead and sponsor me. Because like the way I drink y'all seltzer water, it's unhealthy. Like, my entire body consists of y'all's seltzer water, and this isn't even the thick of it. Like, if I go to my fridge, I'll find more. I've actually just gotten rid of some bottles because I leave these all over my room. I love seltzer water. No, seriously, how do YouTubers get brand deals? Like, how do I do this? Like, I'm just... Yo, I knew I wasn't tripping. Like, I knew I wasn't tripping. Like, come on. I might as well. Sponsor. Now, I really do have to throw all these out, though. But, like, anyway, I want to thank you, all my abducted humans, for watching this video. This is still valid. I'd like to drink this. I'd like to thank all of y'all for watching this video. Mwah. 11,000 subscribers. Literally, I had 10,000 yesterday. Oh, and the real Kia. I'm like stimming right now. The real Kia. I'm stimming. Why? Because, bitch, I follow you on TikTok. Like, I've been following her on TikTok since 2020. Like, you are right up my alley. Like, I used to love watching her videos during 2020, her conspiracy theories, like all of that. Like, she is hilarious. Like, I love her. I love her content. And it's so crazy to me that y'all are knowing me. Like, and I'm like known in these streets. Y'all listening to my stories. Like, I just want to tell you, like, I just want to thank you so much, Kia. Like, if you want to collaborate on anything, wherever you are, like, let me know. Like, I would love to. The Black Cauldron, I also want to give you a lot of credit because I know that I wouldn't have made it to 10,000 followers this fast or 10,000 subscribers this fast because you guys literally took my channel from like, I think Black Cauldron, I had like 5,000 at the time, and I gained like almost 3,000 subscribers from her. And then from you, Kia, like, I believe I was like 9.2K, and I'm at 11K now. So like almost close to 2,000 subscribers from you. So I'm very, very grateful. I want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for listening to my stories, and thank you for not gaslighting me into believing that these things did not happen. And yes, I do want to say, because you said it under one of your videos, that you always felt like there was something more to this world. There is more to this world. I never had to question whether there was more to this world or not because I grew up in the more. I grew up in magic. I never had to question magic. I never had to question whether the world was magical or not because for me as a kid, it makes no sense. I didn't create myself. And yes, like two humans having sex, but creating an entire human, creating an entire life, being an entire person. Where do we come from? Where does knowledge come from? Like, this world is so much more intricate. It's so much more than you think. There are things around us, people, energies that we cannot see, that we cannot sense. And then there are people that can do, that are powerful, that can do a lot more than we can. So I never want you to question the magical aspects of life. You create your reality. We are all magical beings, and it's so unfortunate that in America they have brainwashed Black people, melanated folks, into forgetting who the fuck they were. Africans, literally, they had to put muzzles on us in the beginning of slavery. Why? Because we can literally say spells with our mouths. We didn't need materials. We didn't need anything because the words that we spoke was powerful enough. They stripped us of our language, of who we are. And those of us in the Caribbean or in Africa, at least we still have some level of that. We just have a lot of stigma around it, but we still have it. But in America, they did the Black folks over here dirty. They did y'all so dirty because it's magic going on outside. And Americans, like, if you don't believe in magic, you are making yourself vulnerable because you're making yourself easily, like, people can easily fuck with you. People can easily fuck with you if you don't know about these things. Like, I can take advantage of somebody just because they don't know voodoo. So it's better that you know than you don't know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, my abducted humans. Please subscribe if this is your first time. Make sure you're subscribing to me and you are going to my Instagram page. Like, if maybe I can help you get a brand deal on Instagram. Please. Please, because I'm giving up on TikTok. I have like 100,000 followers on TikTok, but I'm giving up on TikTok. But at least YouTube and Instagram, something. I quit my job if it's you know, a sustainable amount of money. I quit my job and I'll start doing this full time, and you guys will love me more because y'all want these stories full time. It's great that I'm posting, like, it's 2 videos in 1 week already, and I'm gonna post another one. I am on fire. I told you I would literally die when I reach 10K. This is the death. This is the rebirth, actually. I did die. This is the rebirth. I have rebirthed into a new Nayla, into a new alien. Anyway, I'm coming out with merch soon, so keep an eye out for that. I love you guys. Okay, subscribe, follow me. Bye.